So I'm here on Mount Hermon in, where are we? October 2025. Behind me, you should be able to see a monument for Israeli soldiers that fell in the Yom Kippur War, uh, fighting over Mount Hermon and many other places. Now, Mount Hermon is pretty critical as a military outpost. Um, it's the most northern part of Israel, so you should be able to see some views here. Try and get them in. So in this direction is mainland Israel. If we move a bit over this hill, it's Jordan, and then up in this direction over that hill is Syria, and then over that hill is Lebanon. Okay, so a really critical military outpost in Israel, defending like the northern front of Israel. And as I alluded to before, with this monument for fallen Israeli soldiers fighting over Mount Hermon, there were two critical wars where this region was fought over. So there was the Six-Day War in 1967, and that's when Israel first controlled the Israeli side of Mount Hermon. And then in 1973, so this is when Golda Meir was Prime Minister. Just swivel around. This is when Golda Meir was Prime Minister. The Yom Kippur War started. So the war started on Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar. And early on, it did not look good for the Israelis. So the Israelis actually lost the side of Mount Hermon that they controlled early on in that war. They then regained it later in the Yom Kippur War. Maybe I'll just quickly go over here to get a better view. They regained the Israeli side of Mount Hermon. They actually seized the Syrian side, but then in the peace treaty afterwards, as Israel always does, they gave it back to Syria in the peace treaty discussions after the Yom Kippur War. So that's the view. If it's any good. That's the view of mainland Israel and the Galilee. So in recent history, the Assad regime fell in Syria. So behind me there, over the hills, we're not allowed to go over there without a tour guide, and there's the odd soldier to ensure that tourists don't stray into more serious military outposts. But yeah, when the Assad regime fell in 2024, Israel re-seized the Syrian side of Mount Hermon. So Mount Hermon now is, as we speak in 2025, who knows in future months or years whether they'll start giving away land again. But at least as I speak, Israel controls the whole of Mount Hermon. And this is so important on this northern front. So the history of the wars between Israel and the Arab coalitions is that there's like a pincer movement, because Israel is surrounded by multiple Arab states. They can all attack at the same time, and the border with Jordan isn't particularly well defended, and there's no elevated territory like there is here on the northern side. So the Jordan border isn't the land is the land doesn't support easy defending of that border with Jordan, and obviously with Egypt, after Israel gave the Sinai back to Egypt, there's effectively a border with wired fences between Israel and the Sinai, and that's what's stopping Gazans from leaving Gaza during the Gazan war. but really, really critical when there are so many fronts that Israel and the IDF and intelligence services have to be aware of. So many different fronts that Israel has been attacked from and could be attacked from. It's absolutely critical that Israel controls a site like this. They can observe any troop movements of Syrian soldiers or Lebanese soldiers in this direction, and it can also be used for electronic monitoring and as a defense. Right? It's really, really hard now to attack Israel from the north because you effectively have to reconquer this mountain, and it's so high, and Israel controls all around it now, that that's a really difficult thing to do in the modern day. So as I said, fingers crossed Israel doesn't do anything stupid and gives parts of it away. But this is a really good defense for the northern front of Israel. So yeah, on that monument that I started with, there was a soldier that was dying, said on his deathbed apparently, we must not surrender Mount Hermon. And yeah, hopefully Israel will not surrender Mount Hermon. I'll just do a final view. So I did get up here on a stair lift, so you should be able to see these stair lifts coming up and down. In winter, this is a ski resort. So Israel finally has a ski resort. Really warm climate here. So it's October and it's 21 degrees. So no snow in October, but in the height of winter, there's snow, and you can actually come and ski here. So of all the things Israel offers, it offers a ski resort in addition in the winter, which is just amazing. So yeah, that's the view. Just going to get a stair lift back down to the bottom. This is Mount Hermon on the northern front of Israel. Okay, so just getting on the cable car from the top of Mount Hermon down to the bottom. I'll try not to fall. This filming on a selfie stick at great heights isn't the smartest of things to do, but I'll just try. It's a bit slow. I'm trying to get a view of mainland Israel from the top of Mount Hermon from the cable car. Okay, so just getting the cable car down from the top of Mount Hermon down to the bottom, and should be able to get some good views of Israel behind me, mainland Israel, and then Jordan is that side. So yeah, see you at the bottom of Mount